How we doing, everybody? So today I'm creating my first video. This is I'm just going to showcase some little woodworking projects I've been thinking about. um, I started making spoons and the whole 9 yards, a whole bunch of different carving stuff. And today I thought maybe I'd record it. Maybe some people would enjoy watching it. I do even have a website where you can check out some of my carving stuff, but I'll get into that a little bit later on with a little bit more explanation on what to expect. But maybe without further ado, I'm just going to get into what I got planned today. So I got a couple of things that I've got going on, just some things I've been cooking up in my brain. I've made tons of spoons, so I figured for a nice first video, I'm definitely going to make a spoon, and then just as like a celebration for, hey, it's my first video, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try making a wooden ring. We're going to see how that comes out. So, we'll be on that journey together. I'm going to hop right into it. I'm going to set my camera up and everything, and I'll get into, maybe if you wanted to follow along, or if you ever wanted to try this out yourself, I can go over some necessities that might help you along the way. But thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, everybody, so I'm all set up. I got my camera ready to go, so I'm just going to hop right in here. But if you are someone who wants to follow along, or some point in the future, if you decide you wanted to do something like this, carving stuff is something you find interesting, I'll go over some of the safety type things, and what's made my life easier going forward. So I'll start with spoons, because I think that's what I'm going to start, because that might be like what takes the most time. So for that, obviously you're going to want to have a decent whittling knife. This is a BeechCraft. I don't know if you can see it. This is a BeechCraft. I think it's called a Sloyd knife. But it's made for carving. They're very good, actually. I like that brand, BeechCraft. I made quite a few pretty nice spoons with this. So that does really great. I recommend getting one of those highly. This is a curved knife here. So if you can see the curve in there, I don't know how well you can see it. Sorry if my shadow is messing anything up here. I got a lamp to my left so you can see a little better. But it's got the curve in there, so you can really scoop out the junk that's in there, so you can make the spoon part, so you can really dig things out, so so I recommend that. This is BeechCraft too. My girlfriend actually got these for me for Christmas. Honestly, they've been absolutely great. Really great gifts. I've made tons of stuff with them. I do sharpen them pretty regularly so that they can stay sharp, because the sharper your knife, the safer your fingers are, because when you apply pressure, that's when you cut yourself. But we're going to get into that next. So, another thing, it's inevitable, you're going to cut your fingers. I recommend wearing gloves. They sell good gloves. You can get specific kinds of gloves, any kind of glove. You can get tons of gloves on the internet, wherever you want. I just use these ones. They work for me. They've saved my fingers a couple of times when I'm using a saw or whatever. But I usually always wear these. So you want to have gloves. It's important. Also, I probably should have said this earlier, but if you want to skip this whole thing, in the comments there will be something to. I'm gonna put a, I forget what they call that, something mark, something like that. But so if you want to skip this and you just want to say, hey, I want to get right into it, cool. You got that option, whatever you want to do. Next, if you're going to be sawing anything, I recommend eye protection. You only get two eyes. It's important to protect them no matter what, because when you're using a scroll saw, you never know. I've never heard of the blade breaking and going into someone's eye, but nothing's impossible. So I always wear eye protection. These ones have that yellow. That works. That's fine. That helps you see a little bit. It does okay. I typically stick to the clears though, because I don't know. It's just what I pick. Usually I just pick the one that's closest to me. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to get started. yeah, I mean, I will say the wood I do have for carving today has some marks on it because I was making something for my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. I was carving her some stuff. So this is just a template piece of wood, but it's left over, so I'm gonna make a spoon out of it. But I'll show you guys here. I was carving a little heart out. I might have a picture. Maybe I'll add it in the picture I made for my girlfriend. I made her a couple of hearts with their initials and everything on it. But this is just a random little piece of wood. I think I split it up on my property, and I mean, that's where I get all my wood from. I just get it from there. I mean, it's pretty basic what you do from here. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So you kind of just get yourself a Sharpie. You draw out whatever kind of crazy shape you want to make, whether it's a spoon, a dinosaur, whatever the hell you could think of. I mean, you could do that, but typically, like something like when I'm cutting something like this, I'm going to use non-pressure treated, usually something I just find or cut down, just because pressure treated wood, it's not good to eat, obviously. I'm sure you know that, but I gotta say it because I just want to make sure. But yeah, so I'm gonna go real quick, and I'll be right back, and we can get right back into it, and I'll get started. Okay, everybody, I am back, and I have my Sharpie so I can draw my spoon on. I did run down, I just wanted to show you guys a couple of things as well. Another thing, if you're going to start doing any kind of carving stuff, you want to have some decent wood glue. Gorilla wood glue is one of my favorites, so that's something I use. And then also, I wanted to show you guys what a spoon that's finished. So this one's not completely finished. It still needs to be sanded. It still needs to be stained or burned, whatever I plan on doing with it. But this is what they usually come out looking like, just like that. And now this one here, this one is a fully completed spoon that I made. I had a little thing so you could hang it up or do whatever you want. It's perfect, if you're going for a little backpacking trip or whatever you want to do. But that's what they look like when they're all done. So I'm gonna hop right into that spoon because we also have some rings we want to try and make. So here is what we're gonna do. So what you can do is you can get like a plastic spoon or a metal spoon, whatever kind of spoon you want to use, and you can trace it if you want, or if you want to be like me, you can freehand it. It's completely up to you. On a piece of wood like this, you want to try and use the most level areas. So this one's going to be a smaller one, but that's okay. I mean, there's all different kinds of spoons in the world for all different kinds of uses. So this one's just going to come out how it wants to come out. We're not really going for anything crazy here. We're just trying to have some fun. So there's my little spoon head, I guess it would be called. And now we're going right into the, I guess, handle, you would call it. Not really sure, but that's what we're going to call it today. So we are just, just go in there, give yourself some decent lines so it's easy to follow it. So yeah, I mean, so we're pretty much colored in. You want it to be as symmetrical. That's one thing. If you're tracing one, yours will be a little more symmetrical. I trace them sometimes, but today I'm just freehanding it because, we're just, I might, this one's just another spoon. We're making another spoon because that's what we like to do. We like to make spoons. But, yeah. So now that you got your spoon drawn on, you can do whatever you want in this area because, I mean, you're going to carve it and everything once you're done, but you can put a little smiley there. That's what I like to do, But, all right, we can get into the more fun part where you get started. So you have one of two options here. If you're lucky like me, you got a scroll saw. That'll save you a ton of time when it comes to carving. But if you don't fret. I mean, you don't have to worry. You can still do it yourself. I mean, you can saw it with just like a hand saw down here. You can do it that way, or if you want to carve it completely, you can do it that way. I found that I like using the scroll saw. It makes my life a lot easier, and they're fun. So I'm going to check and make sure you can see my scroll saw area so you can, follow along. So you see me stretch out here. I might move you guys a little bit. I might cut this out, might not, I don't know. Alright, so you can see the saw pretty damn good there. So, we're still recording? Yes. Alright, okay, cool. Alright, so you guys know what to do. You know the drill. Roll up your sleeves. Make sure everything is clear of the saw area. Get your wonderful knives out of the way. You put on your gloves, because like I said before, with just like your eyes, you only get 10 fingers. And any way you can protect them is very important. Be warned, I am going to mute this part because this is going to be a little loud. It's a loud saw. It just kind of vibrates everything. So I'm going to mute that so you weren't... I'll probably play some music in between there. I'm digressing, but cut me some slack. It's my first one. So anyways, you put on your glasses, put them on your face. Cool. And always with a loud saw, you want to have your ear protection. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it, and we're going to get sawing. Okay, so we got our spoon cut out here. What you could do, if you wanted, is you could take the scroll saw, and you could cut along here. I'm not sure I'm going to do that because I don't want to break it, because that can happen. And this one's a little bit more delicate of a piece. But, you know, once I get it all, but you can, you know, you can draw something like on here, and then you get like your little, you know, scoopy shape there. Yeah, I mean, you could do it like that, or even like this. I mean, you could take a little bit off. You don't need a ton of material, but you don't want to take too much because, I mean, you want to have enough material. So that's like the number one thing. But, you know, why don't I just save us all some time, and I'll cut down long ways, and, you know, just so you can see how it's done, see what happens with it, you know. Yeah, and we'll see how we do. If it breaks, it breaks. I don't know. Frig it. Let me get my gear back on. Alrighty. We're still cooking. Alright. So, we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna, you know, get the sound off so you don't... Okay. We got that out. a little spoon here. I don't know if you'd want to use that, but here we are. As you can see, I didn't follow my line very good, but that's okay. I mean, I can do that work with the knife. I could show you how you do that when you have a decent knife. But it's a little not symmetrical, but I could, again, make that a little better with the knife, but that's okay. Like I said, we're just having fun here, so. But yeah, I mean, from here now, I mean, what I like to start doing is I go from this area, and you'll notice when you're carving, I'm not sure why. I'm sure if someone watches this, and, you know, they might know a little bit more about wood and things than I do. I think it's got something to do with the grains. When you notice when you're carving it a certain way, it'll carve a little bit better and shear it kind of nicely like that. Because, I mean, that's kind of what you're going for, is you want it to be like a nice little shear. And then you can kind of just work your way. Oops, see, that's what you don't want. You don't want it to chip, because that's when you accidentally take off too much stuff. And that'll make you sad, because, you know, all the work you did is just destroyed. But it's okay, you know. So, I mean, again, you know, you kind of just go at it nice and slow. Be careful not to cut yourself. That's huge. You know, that's why we got the gloves. But, you know, it's big to not cut yourself, because you want to be able to keep going. You want to be able to keep making your spoons. And I kind of just push the back, you know, just kind of like that. You don't have to go fast. You know, try and enjoy it. That's the number one thing. But I might speed this part up. I'm not sure yet. Depends how long this takes me. Shouldn't take too terribly long. You know, I mean, genuinely, it really only takes me, I don't even know, maybe a couple hours to do these, usually. So there you go. I mean, you got a nice little spoon shape. Not bad. It's, you know, it works. It looks pretty good so far. But I mean, you're still working. It's still got a long way to go. So now, hopefully, you have one of these curved knives. If you don't, I recommend getting one. It makes life a lot easier. And what I do is I kind of just scoop like that, and you just kind of scoop it out, and you go at it until you have like a nice sized hole there. You know, could take a little while, could not take a little while. Depends on the wood you're using. Sorry if you can't see that too well. I'm just trying to make sure I get a nice little hole started here. But yeah, so once you do that little spinning around, you could kind of start put, because this is a blunt side, so you can push on that with your fingers all you want, and you should be okay. Obviously every tool is different, so you know, make sure the one you're using is like mine before you start putting your fingers on it. But yeah, so kind of what I'm doing now is just trying to dig it all out and make a nice little area in there to put whatever food you're eating. You know, again, you want to wear gloves with these. You know, that's important. It's important to wear gloves. I think it's time that I put the knives away, and yeah, and then I show you our completed product here. So this is our spoon. This is the spoon here. The next step is not something that is like mandatory. It's not something that I think everyone does. It's like it's a step that I do, because I just do it because I think it looks nicer, it looks prettier. So let me unplug one of my things. A lot of things here plugged in. A bunch of whatchamacallits and saws, things like that. Oops, knocked around my light. Anyway, so palm sander. This saves you a lot of time. If you do sand, I don't even think I told you guys what the thing is that people sometimes do, what I do, but some people don't do. It's sanding. Some people don't sand their spoons. They want it just to be sheared like that. I've heard that's better for it. I don't know. I mean, I've made plenty of spoons. Wow. Anyways, let's start that over. Anyway, all right, sorry guys, I had to cut that there. Had a little bit of a mishap. I plugged in my palm sander. The thing just went wild. But anyways, what I was saying is something that some people do, some people don't do, is sand these spoons. I'm not 100% sure why they say don't do it. I don't know.
I'm not sure what the benefit to leaving it sheared is like that. Maybe it might be better for staining. I don't know. I've never had a problem. So I sand it because it makes them smooth, and I like when they're smooth. So I'm going to get into sanding. Again, I'm going to mute the sound so you guys don't have to listen to the whole time. So here we go. Alright guys, and I mean, I won't put you guys through sanding and all that stuff, but I'm gonna round this off a little bit better too, but I won't make you go through that on camera. I'm gonna get into my new idea that I'm really excited about. Actually, I was thinking about it today, is the rings I want to try making. So yeah, but I mean, that's how you make the spoon. I didn't stain it yet. I'm gonna stain it. I might do like a blowtorch thing to it, probably sand a little better, because I'm gonna sand in there. I don't have any sandpaper with me right now at the moment, but I am going to hop right into the ring I'm going to try and make right now. So what I plan on doing for these is I'm going to cut with my chainsaw. I don't have my chainsaw, it's up on my property. I'm going to cut with my chainsaw from logs. I don't have any more logs today. I've carved them all. I've been like a beaver, carving like crazy. But what I'm going to do today, just because I knew I was going to be making a YouTube video today, my first one ever, I'm going to show you guys a new idea I have, which is a ring. Pretty straightforward. I mean, I'm sure you get the idea. It's not going to be super duper easy to do. It might even break. Actually, that's a monster sized finger. That's like a me sized finger. So it's definitely not going to fit her. I'm going to make her one. So we'll do that one for somebody online. But this one's for her. If you want a ring, you know, feel free to email me or whatever. But her fingers are small. So we're going to... And it might be, I don't know, maybe that, I am going to be cutting some material off. I'm trying to think here on how I should do it. I'm guessing my pinky would probably be, my pinky's definitely bigger than her finger, but I'm going to add a little bit here just so I can carve some of it off. So it's, right, so that's going to be my outside circle. And see, the thing with this is I want to cut the inside circle out first, because if I cut the outside circle, it's just going to be a really fragile piece of wood. So I'm going to try to get that out, and then I can kind of sand the rest away and carve away at it. But if you don't carve things often, you're probably thinking, Matt, what are you going to do here? How are you going to get that out? Well, I have a solution. I'll be right back. One moment, please. Okay, and we are back, and better than ever. So, I got the tool from the back of my shop here that I need. So this is a drill bit. I'm sure you know that. Let me get this out of my way for now. This is a drill bit. This is probably the sharpest drill bit I have. If that's not a sharp drill bit, I'm not really aware. It might not be. I don't know. But we're going to use it. So I got my handy dandy, I think it's a Porter cable drill, I'm sorry. Battery's probably dead. That's usually how it works. But we are going to carefully drill out the middle here, and I'll show you where I'm going to go from there. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to try and drill right there over, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a door. I just put it across two old sawhorses I had, and I'm just going to put there so I don't mess up my table too bad. But I'm going to try and go slow so I don't really crack the wood. Oh, oopsie. Oh, that sucked. Ha! Busted now. Anyways, that's why we wear gloves, kids. Ah, it's a piece of junk. Come on. Come on, old girl. Don't be this way. Not even through yet. That's crazy. Okay then. Oh, there we go. Oh, good lord. This is probably really funny to watch. But clear it out there so you got a nice hole. Wow, that must have been funny to watch. Anyways, so you got a nice hole there. What I'm going to do now is cut it out, I guess. So obviously no one's finger is going to fit through that. I'm taking my gloves off just for a second. We're not going to be cutting with no gloves. We don't do it like that here. What I'm going to do now is just this idea I had to actually make something like this happen. I'm sure they have a better tool for it, such as, I mean, I could think of something now that would be better, and I have one, but I thought of this. I don't want to see if it would work, so we're going to do it. I'm going to set up my blade. So here we are here. Alright, so you kind of want to set up your scroll saw blade, make sure it's in the grooves. So you want it to go inside the circle we just drilled. And what we're going to do is put our gloves back on real quick. And we're going to cut out the rest of this. Try and make it like a nice circle on the inside. Not too big though, because I don't want it to fit my finger. So, going to get our safety gear on. And we're going to hop right in. Here we go. I'm going to cut it out now, as you can see. So here we go. I've come up with a better idea, better plan. Okay. So like this should seem. Alright, just like that. We have two little rings here. They're not done yet, obviously. I'm gonna have to do a little work here, but I do have a tool I was thinking about using just for this. I have a Dremel, because obviously you put something like this on your finger and it ain't gonna feel quite good. And it's gonna poke you a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna sand it so it's not so crazily thick. I actually almost got stuck. That would have been funny. But I'm gonna plug her in, and then yeah, should be. See how my Dremel does on the ring. Let's see here. Oops. All right. Let's see how we do. So which one's nicer? Probably this one. So I'm gonna Dremel it out here. Sorry, this isn't a Dremel, this is a rotary tool. My bad. Very neat. So, that is our ring here. Not done yet. I'm gonna try and circular it a little more, but that's all I'm going to do with the rotary tool, I think. Alright, so I got the inside of it pretty much rounded out so it doesn't hurt the missus's finger here. But I am going to sand the outside a little bit. I am just going to hop right in and right, that looks pretty cool. So, that is our ring. Probably, honestly, that was a lot of fun to make. I might start putting these up on the site. You know, once I start making more. I got one here that I can, you know, finish up processing. But I mean, that was pretty fun to make, actually, and it wasn't super hard either. So I mean, if you'd rather make it yourself, you sure can. I mean, it ain't that hard, you know. Now, I am thinking I'm gonna do something a little special with this one. I know this video has gotten pretty long. I don't know if everybody stayed or not. If you didn't, you know, it's totally fine. We've all got our things. But I am thinking I'm going to put a little bit of a burn on this. I think that would look pretty cool. So, I need my blowtorch. So, once you get your blowtorch started, you take this here and you get a little burn texture. And you just turn her around here. Be careful not to burn yourself. Remember, this is a small little piece of wood, so it will catch on. Be careful now. Like that. Anyway, gives a little charred look there. You can shut down your blowtorch so you don't burn yourself. Alright, we put that back because we're done with that. That's enough. Anyway, alright, so my matches are done. I'll let this cool a little bit. You can see, you know, I tried to not burn it too bad, but it's got like this cool little thing on it. So when I finish it with some mineral oil, or actually this I might use linseed, because it's not something used for eating. I mean, you could use regular linseed oil. Boiled linseed oil you don't want to use on a spoon, so keep that in mind. But yeah, so here is the burned ring without linseed oil. I should have brought my linseed oil because I think it would be really cool for you guys to see it after being linseed oiled, but that's okay. It's kind of a boring portion anyways, but I will take a picture to put at the end of the video after linseed oiling it, because that's up in my house. So here is your charred ring for your special lady or man or whomever you're with. That is your nice little charred ring if you want to char it. If you don't, you know, you can have it like that, but just, you know, make sure you use your rotary tool and your sander and stuff so nobody gets a splinter. But I mean, it looks pretty cool, I think, with the little charred. I think she'll like that a lot. So she should be watching this. I didn't tell her I was making her a ring, but surprise. Hope you like it. I hope it fits your finger. If not, you know, it'll be a thumb ring. But and then this is our spoon. Again, I got to continue with this in a little bit. I'm not gonna do that on the video because I'm already hitting like an hour, and I doubt, you know, people want to do that. But before I go, real quick, I just want to go over a couple of things while I'm cleaning up a little bit here. I do just want to add that I plan on making videos for the times when people order something on my website. If they would like to order something, I'm making videos for that so they can watch me make these items. So I think that's a cool thing you guys should keep in mind if you were to be interested in one of my little crafts here. If not, totally cool. You know, if you want to watch, sit back and watch. You know, if you want to try making it yourself, totally do it. Get into it. It's really cool, really fun. A lot of fun stuff. You know. Sorry, I'm walking away. I'm chucking my wood pieces that I don't need anymore. I don't want it to get too dirty down here because this is my special little work area. This is where I go to get away, so I don't want to deal with more messes other than the messes of life. But sorry, that was deep. Anyway, let me just hang up my goggles because I did just move into this building. Well, I didn't move in. I don't live here. I moved all my things into here last week, or not the week before last, I had the President's Day off. So I had some time, I moved my tools around. I got everything all set up in here. Nice little spot to work. Nice little spot to make videos. That's something I wanted to get into. So I am going to wrap it up now because, like I said, we've been running a little long. I think I'm gonna thank you guys if you watched. I appreciate it. I hope that I maybe inspired some of you guys to start carving some of your own stuff. I think that would be pretty neat to have our own little group here where we can, talk about our fun little carving adventures and all these crazy woods we find and whatnot. I'm still looking for a cherry tree. That'll be a good day when I find a cherry tree. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And as always, well, not as always, this is the first time we've met, but have a good day. Have a good tomorrow. Hang in there. It's almost Friday, baby.